A war of words has broken out between light heavyweight champion Sergey Kovalev and up-and-coming light heavyweight contender Artur Beterbiev. Both these guys are Russian. They fought each other as amateurs. And this war of words seems to stem from a comment which was made by Artur Beterbiev recently when he was being questioned about Sergey Kovalev. And I'll leave a link in the description below to an article which gives you the correct quotes from both fighters and details how this war of words has escalated. But I'm paraphrasing now. Beterbiev basically said that it's inevitable that him and Kovalev are going to fight sooner or later. And when they do fight, he'll beat him as a professional just like he did in the amateurs. And Kovalev responded pretty angrily to that, actually, with a lot of hostility. And he actually disputes what happened in those amateur fights, which to me is kind of strange because officially on record, Beterbiev won both of those fights. One of them was by decision and the other one was by stoppage. And Kovalev says, no, there was basically corruption going on in both of those fights and that Beterbiev didn't deserve to win either of them. So if there was footage of the fights, we could make up our own minds, but apparently no footage exists. I haven't been able to find any footage. If anybody can find some footage, then please let me know. So we'll never know until we see the footage. But what I will say is a lot of fighters have a lot of pride. Excuse me. A lot of fighters have a lot of pride and they're not always very honest about losses and stuff like that, which happen in the amateurs. And one famous example was Vitaly Klitschko. It wasn't even when he was an amateur. It was actually when he was in kickboxing. He got knocked out by a British kickboxer called Pele Reid, who actually went on to be a boxer as well back in the 90s. But Vitaly always denied it when he was questioned about that knockout defeat in kickboxing. He always said he'd never been knocked out and he didn't get knocked out by Pele Reid or this, that, or the other. Well, the guy must have had amnesia because a video of him getting knocked out by Pele Reid surfaced just a few years ago, and that's still on YouTube, so you can go look that up if you haven't seen it yourself. So fighters can be like this. They can be prideful and they can have selective memories. Let's just put it that way. So we'll never know how the situation went down between Kovalev and Beterbiev until the footage comes out. But then after what Kovalev said, after he said that he disputed what happened in those fights and that he'll teach Beterbiev a lesson or something like that. You'll read it for yourselves in the articles. Beterbiev's manager, who's actually a woman, she came out and said that Kovalev doesn't represent the sport correctly and that he's basically foul-mouthed. That's the gist of what she said. So yeah, there you have it. The war of words has erupted and it's definitely a good thing because we love rivalries, or we all should love rivalries. This is boxing. This is a combat sport. This is where each guy pits their skills and their wills against each other. So this is a nice little rivalry brewing. And hopefully we're going to get to see Stevenson against Kovalev later on this year. But if we don't, and if it turns out, let's say Stevenson-Kovalev happens and Kovalev just walks straight through him, then we've at least got Beterbiev waiting in the wings to possibly be a serious test for Sergey Kovalev, or maybe the guy to actually dethrone him, or maybe have a trilogy, maybe have one of the great rivalries of boxing history between two guys who are evenly matched. So we'll see how it goes. Drop your comments below. Let me know how you feel about this whole situation. It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.